Hello. Hey guys. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome. Good evening. Can you guys hear me clearly? Sorry, Chandan, there was some technical issue. I had to use another link to come on the live. Hello, hello, hello. Saksham, Vicky, Sonali. Hi guys, how are you? All right, so everyone's here. They're in good spirits. They're all happy to have a conversation. Today, we're having a different kind of live. Since we always have a preset topic, we thought today we'll just have a live where we ask you what you want to talk about, just like we do in our sessions. And let's just have a conversation. Everyone's welcome to, put in their opinions, ask as many questions as they want. And yeah, let's start. Does anyone have any questions? How to become creative in terms of sentence formation? Um, Sentence formation. Okay. So, can you give me some of the issues that you are facing? Let me know what sort of problems you're facing. Is it in terms of informal conversation, some sort of conversation at work? Give me some context. Flex, until you answer that question, I'll just answer Raj's question. He's asked what may be the best response to how is it going. It completely depends on how you want to direct the conversation. If you want to have a detailed conversation with the person, you can start telling them how your day went, how your week went, what you're excited about, something that really made your week or made your day, something bad, something good. It completely depends on you. So you can just start off by saying, "Hey, everything's been good." Um, when someone asks you how's it going, you can say it's been going well, thank you for asking. These are terms I use myself in a session that I'm sure you've seen it on YouTube. But if you want to have a detailed conversation, we always say, well, things are a little rough, at work, at home, and I could use a little advice. If they're interested in having a conversation with you, they will respond correctly. I mean, they will respond in a positive manner. If not, then obviously they'll just say, oh, that sucks. um, I wish I could help you. They'll be very straightforward with it. Same way, when you ask someone how are you, how's it going, and they start off with a story that you don't want to hear, you can also tell them, hey, I really need to leave. It's really, you know um, I hope something will get fixed. Here again, you'll have to put in the problems that they have mentioned. um, I want to become a writer in that sense. Okay. So Flex has replied how his question was how to become creative in terms of sentence formation. If you want to become a writer, Flex, there are lots of courses online, like companies like Coursera, Udemy. There is a company that I personally use, an education company called Shaw's Academy. They provide a lot of free or like really low cost courses to people from different industries. I would highly suggest you to check it out. I'm going to put it in chat. Shaw's Academy. You already know the Udemy, the Coursera. I would highly suggest you to take up one of their courses. In terms of the person who's giving you the course, there will always be some sort of subject expert who'll tell you how to start off your journey. And obviously, if you want to be a writer, you're going to need a mentor. So find someone who can help you with writing, who has accomplished something in that industry, in that field, and I'm sure they can help you immensely. Like, I myself have never written, so I don't really know how to help you in that. But reading books, talking to someone who's good in that particular field, who has a job as a writer, whether it's writing a column in a newspaper, whether it's writing books, writing short stories, any sort of experience helps, because you may or may not know what you want to do. If you want to go into journalism, maybe, or something in fiction, something to do with kids education. So experiment as much as you can, and as long as you learn something, I'm pretty sure like it's going to be a good experience. Okay, I've put in Shaw's Academy in chat. You can read it. You can copy paste it and Google it whenever you want. Check it out, along with Coursera and Udemy. All right. Hey to everyone who's joining in now. While speaking as well, when you are trying to make people understand, I'm not sure what that context is. I'm sorry. Um, if someone replies "been better," then what to reply? This is a follow-up question by Raj. Been better is a very easy way to say that I have been in a situation where I was much better, much happier, much more secure earlier. Been better is a negative response in the sense, hey, I've been better, I'm not doing so well right now. This means they either want to have a conversation with you, or they're being very honest with you about their struggles or problems they're facing. Like I said, it depends on how you want to tackle the situation. Just have a conversation with them, keep it simple. And if it's something that you can't solve, then just make sure you let them know, hey, I can't really relate to it. This is something that I've never faced, so I'm not going to pretend that I can help you with it. But if you need anything, please feel free to ask me. Just let them know that you're there to help, that you are available. Okay, so that tomorrow, if they do need something small, like they need to talk to someone late at night, or they need any sort of help at home, they know who to ask. Obviously, you need to be a good friend to them. Okay. um okay, Muhammad Khadim, thank you for the question. He said, what learners should read in their initial stage if they came from Hindi or another medium? I'm assuming the question is, what should the learners read in their initial stage? Because, yeah, what learners should read in their initial stage if they came from Hindi or another medium. Try to keep it simple. You can start off with Indian authors. Just in terms of the English, you can start off with someone like Chetan Bhagat. You can start off with a lot of people who keep it simple. They don't overcomplicate their stories. They don't overcomplicate the words they're using. Um, Even at Clapping Go, what we try to do when we present something to you, we try to keep it at a certain level. There are levels of English, obviously. So we try to keep it under a ninth grade level. So all our conversations, most of the vocabulary that we use is something that has been taught to eighth graders, ninth graders. Okay. So we try to keep it simple, because there's no point in using fancy words if it doesn't help you guys. We're here to help you guys first. It doesn't matter if we look good doing it or not, but yeah, we want to just make sure we help you. So in terms of books, I would say Chetan Bhagat is one. Enid Blyton was another author that I used to read when I was younger. um, Tom Hardy. There are lots of kids books you can start off with. As you're saying that the learner is a beginner, I don't think it should be a problem, because these books were very interesting. They kept your attention. They made sure that you were interested in the story and you finished the book. So Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew is a story about a female detective, and she makes a name for herself. So these are all basic, you know novels that we in the I think I read it in the seventh or eighth grade. I wasn't really into reading, but I was forced to do it. But even though I didn't like reading, I really liked the Tom Hardy series. There are lots of books, so I read some of them, and then I went back to being the mischievous kid and going and playing with my friends in the evening. I didn't invest a lot of time in reading, and I still don't, but maybe I can fix that soon. All right, moving on to the next question. What's the meaning of unlike you and how to use it in a sentence? How to use it in sentences, sorry. Then Raj, that's a good question. Unlike you means it's pretty straightforward. It means unlike you, I have done that. So a good example, again, I don't even know much about cricket. I don't know how to give you a good example. Let's say you and your friend, he has, let's say the two of you are playing cricket, okay, and your friend, he um, didn't take any wickets when he was bowling, he didn't score any runs when he was batting, and then when you hit a, reckless shot, when you tried to hit a six and you got caught, he tried to tell you that, hey, that was irresponsible, you shouldn't do that. But you already scored more runs than him, you've already scored, you've already taken more wickets than him. So yeah, Chandan, I'm just clearing that out. Just give me a second. So what you can tell your friend is, unlike you, I actually made a difference to this match. I actually contributed to this game. Okay, that means that you have done something that that person has not done. So you can use it in a comparative sense, like you compare the results. Okay, so let's say someone who is really lazy at work, okay, and someone who works really hard. So if the person who works really hard tells the person, unlike you, I actually do what I'm supposed to do, unlike you, I actually, give a lot of, like, put in a lot of effort and do finish my work. That would be another example, although I would not suggest you to use that in your workplace. But these are the only two examples that I can come up with, because there are so many questions here and I'm getting a little overwhelmed. So I'm just going to make sure I try answering all of them. Okay, Chandan. Um, I hope this is a little bit better. I don't know if it's too much light from one side. Thank you for mentioning that. Arundhati is here. Wow. Hi, hey, Arundhati. I'm sure a lot of your fans are here as well in chat. Okay. Um, Chandan has mentioned a book that you guys should check out. Google the reviews, see what people have to say about it. Don't be scared to do the research, guys, because, let's say you buy the book and you don't like it, then you don't want to regret it. You don't want to, stop reading altogether. You just want to make sure that you do more research and you find out books that you would like. So there are summaries, there are reviews online on Amazon and on any website that sells these books, or even there are lots of blogs and Instagram pages that, give reviews on books and recommend really good books to certain sort of people. So if you're a beginner, then Chandan says Wise and Otherwise, a book by Sudha Murthy, is a great start, must read, and I think he's given the book 5 stars. Yeah. Okay. um After having heard and having heard, I'm not too sure about the difference. Flex. I'll get back to you on that in a minute. Dhanraj said, "What's excuse me?" Dhanraj said, "What's the meaning of put on a persona?" Um, to the best of my knowledge, um, I think it means being fake and to put on, or like take on a role of doing or being someone that you're not. Okay, so put on a persona means you can say that, Salman Khan puts on a persona um, right when he starts shooting for a film or for a movie. Um, it could mean something else. Actually, let's just Google it to make sure I'm put on a persona. Hmm. I can't find anything that's quite can't be quite sure about. Can't be quite sure about it, but hopefully when you Google it and you do the research, you will be able to find it. If I find out the meaning of it, I will put it in the comments on this once this video goes live on YouTube as a separate video and not live. Okay, then I'll just make sure you check out the comments in a day or two. Chandan's asking me, is this chai or coffee? Chandan, this is not chai or coffee. I have a cold, so I'm using a pot to get some hot water so I can clear out my nose. I can clear out my sinus. Thank you for asking. Hopefully, this will help. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Um, a lot of guys have said hi. How are you? Thank you, guys. Thank you for asking. I'm very good. I hope your week has been great, and I hope you have great plans for the weekend. Um, Shreya just asked, can you please explain the meaning of prejudice? Prejudice is a feeling where you feel like you're better than someone else, or someone feels like they're better than someone else. A good example of this would be when we were under the British rule, when the Britishers were ruling Indians, they had a prejudice and they thought they were better than Indians in general. They thought Indians were people who were not that smart. They didn't deserve to be treated as first class citizens. Okay. So, most of them, anyway. So, they had that prejudice. If you Google it, you will get the perfect meaning with a couple of examples. Make sure you try that. Guys, most of these questions are Googleable. Okay, things that you will find answers on the internet. So make sure you try to make the effort, because once you start doing that, your mindset will change and you will automatically start learning things. Okay, this is how I usually try to keep up with a lot of topics at the same time, so I can keep my conversations interesting for all my learners and for the live. What I do is I just go on YouTube and I type random topics or random things that I want to Google, like how tall are giraffes in general, something about the World War, something to do with cars or when a gun was made or how a gun works, how humans discovered how petrol was made, how we found out that we could use nuclear energy to power our cities and whatnot. So once you start doing that, YouTube, Google, all these programs will sort of help you, and they'll just give you random suggestions because they'll know that you want to learn. So start doing that. When we say make sure your life is in English, this is a part of it, because what it means is basically make do things that you didn't already do. Okay, learn new things. It doesn't matter if it is something that you're already doing, it's something that has to do with your industry. Okay, so I work at Clap and Go. I teach. I don't teach, but like I help people get better at English. But that doesn't stop me from learning about World War II. I can watch a documentary on Netflix about World War II, or about the crimes that happened in the Moscow Olympics in a particular year. I don't even remember the year. But what happens is when you start talking to someone about it and they've seen the same things, or they've experienced something, you can have a conversation with them, and that's what connects you guys. So they'll feel like, oh wow, it's very rare that anyone knows about this particular topic, and this person knows, so they are interested in having a conversation. And I have built a lot of relationships in my life exactly like this, because people were surprised that I just know a lot of things. It's not that I know a lot of things, it's just that my YouTube is just spammed with random content, and all I do is just binge watch reels or like random 5-10 minute videos, and I find it really interesting, so I remember some of it. How to convey our thoughts on paper, how to start writing. um I don't know, Kadeem, I don't know if that's professionally, or you want to just start writing, or you want to maintain a diary or something in a more casual sense. But how to convey our thoughts on paper, how to start writing. The biggest trick in the world for anything, just remember, is to start doing it. Okay, we'll always ask ourselves, are we ready? Is it okay? If Are we able to handle this challenge? See, no one was ready for companies like Facebook, Uber, Google to start. Even the founders had never seen something like Google before they started Google. They tried, they failed in a lot of things, so they learned how to make it better. And now they've built $1 trillion company. Google is $1 trillion company. And that's how we as human beings should just be, like, just start doing things, start trying things. As you'll see, like, I'm on a different platform today. I don't know if you can see the difference, but I'm here somewhere else. I'm at a friend's house and I just wanted to try something new where we do a solo live and we ask our viewers what they actually want to know. Because when we have a particular topic in mind, we can only talk about that. When we talk about idioms, we only answer questions on idioms. But I want to know from you guys what are the things that are bothering you, what are the things that you can't find the answers to on Google. If you can't find it on the internet, and if I don't know the answer, I'll write it down and I'll make sure I get you the answer as soon as possible, or at least we can make a video on it or a reel on it so that we can answer your question. I hope I've answered your question. Mohammed Kadeem, just start writing. Start, if you have a story, write the first draft, get it checked by a friend, or start editing the mistakes yourself. And by the seventh or eighth time you write the same story, you will have a much better story. That's how all books work. They have a first draft and then they get edited by a professional editor, and then they make changes and they get suggestions from friends and family, and they just make it a better book. Okay, moving on. Sorry guys. um which Dhanraj just Nimalwar, I hope I'm saying that right. Dhanraj Nimalwar just said, I'm thinking to go, or I'm thinking of going. Which one is correct? Um, it depends on the rest of the sentence, what you're trying to say. But I think the correct way to say that is, I am thinking of going. Or I plan on going to that event. Okay, I think so. Depending on what the rest of the sentence is. But in most cases, I am thinking of going, or I plan on visiting, I plan on going. That would be a better way to put that sentence together. Could you tell us some story, books and movies, series for learners? For beginners, Puru, I think Puru, that's how you say it. Puru, I would say in terms of stories, movies, or series, um, don't start off with series. If you're a beginner, what you should start doing is start with Disney Pixar animated movies. I'm sure we've all heard of Disney princesses. So if that's not your taste, you can always go into a more family friendly section. So there are lots of movies in the Disney Pixar universe. Disney Pixar is a studio and they are in charge of making a lot of animated movies that are family friendly. Okay. Now they're very simple. Kids above the age of 5, 6 are able to understand that. So for you guys, it will never be a problem. Make sure your subtitles are on. Make sure you repeat what you are saying when you watch the movies. We're not watching the movies to practice our listening skills. You're watching the movie to practice our speaking skills. So you speak while you watch. Okay, so copy them, try to get the word right, the pronunciation correct. If you don't know what the word means, Google it. It's just about the system. When you create the system, there's nothing that will stop you from improving. Okay, everything you do will improve you in some way or the other, and it'll just make your process of learning much quicker. How to overcome the problem of stammering and stuttering while speaking? Um, I think that's a medical issue. But if you mean confidence and nervousness, then I would say practice. Um, Shreya asked this question: How to overcome the problem of stammering or stuttering while speaking? Um, if it's not the medical issue, because like you have to go to a doctor for that. If it's a medical issue, if it's just about confidence and not being fluent and being scared, then I would say make sure you just keep practicing. Um, think of a cricketer or an F1 driver. Even when they started driving their car first, or if they when they started playing cricket at first, they were probably nervous because someone was bowling too fast or they didn't know how to handle the bat. But the only way they fixed it is by trial and error. Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it until your mind says, "This is not that difficult. Let's just do it. Let's just get over it." So find people around you where you can practice. Find people, or you can do that in a session as well, clapping go, because that's exactly what clapping go is for. So yeah, find places where you can experiment, where you can test yourself and push yourself to do new things. Thank you, Chandan. Thank you. Chandan just said some tutors I think I'll just move on to the next question. There are so many. Puru, just give me a second. I will get to your question. Any web series? Oh, okay. So, and Hershey just asked, any web series you want to recommend us to watch, which you have watched recently? So, a couple of web series that I have watched recently are there's a series I'm watching right now called Ozark, Ozark. The show is about, I'm not giving you spoilers, don't worry. The show is about a family that gets stuck in a drug dealing scandal. So the family, the dad of the family, um, he was an accountant and he was doing some sort of money laundering for a drug dealer, and things went horribly wrong. And the story is about how he finds the money to repay the drug dealer and what struggles they face. I can't give you any more details without spoiling it. Again, the show's name is Ozark. Ozark. It's on Netflix. If you're looking to watch, like if you don't have a Netflix subscription, one thing I would recommend you guys is buy a YouTube premium plan. Okay, this is not sponsored at all, but buy a YouTube premium plan, because if you get a family plan per person, it'll cost you about 200-300 rupees for 6 months, which is honestly not that expensive. But YouTube has started doing a lot of new things. They've started gaming. They have started series. They've started a lot of web series. One of the series is called. They have a series with Robert Downing Jr. I think it's called Time. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check it again. But you can watch that show. It's really cool. They talk about how. Um, I think they talk about how the history of something. I'm not too sure. Or are they talking about AI? YouTube show with our DJ. Age of AI. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Age of AI. So the show is called Age of AI, Artificial Intelligence, and they talk about how artificial intelligence has grown over the years. So YouTube has a lot of interesting shows. I haven't checked them out yet, but if you don't want to get a Netflix, Hotstar, Amazon Prime subscription, then YouTube is a very cheap, very good option, because not only will you skip the ads, you will also be able to see these series and improve your English. Okay, any series from YouTube will be fine because YouTube has the content rating of family. So I don't think they will have any sort of inappropriate content. Puro, I think I have answered your question. For intermediate learner, I would say book. So his question again is, can you tell us some stories, books, movies, or series for intermediate learners? Um, for intermediate learner, I would say again, Disney has a lot of movies that you could watch. They have a couple of interesting movies in the animated section. They have normal movies as well. You can try that out. One thing you can start doing is you can start watching Marvel movies. Although in the beginning you will be a little confused because they speak really quickly, but once you start watching it, I think it will be okay. Once you start watching it, I think you'll fall in love with the movies, and you will actually understand everything they're saying. Always remember, guys, when you're watching something, in order to learn English or to understand what they're saying, make sure you keep the subtitles on. I still keep the subtitles on because it's very easy to understand. If I'm eating something and I miss what they've said, I can just go read the subtitle again. Shouldn't be an issue, and shouldn't feel bad if the subtitles are on. I think it's just easier with that. Mr. Subhash, Mr. Paul actually has said, "What's the secret of booking a session with you? Book your sessions early." I think that's the only suggestion I can give you. As soon as the day starts, see if you can book a session a week earlier. I think I am available nowadays. I am taking sessions, although I can't tell you what time. But people who have taken sessions with me will already know that. Could you please suggest Thanraj Nimalwar, sorry. Thanraj Nimalwar said, could you suggest some websites or blogs for reading? If you didn't know, Clappingo has a blog. So you can visit the blog by going on the website. There's a small section on the top that says blog. click on that and you will be able to see all the blogs. Some of them have been written by the team members, some of them have been written by the speakers. We encourage all of our speakers to give us content that can help learners, because learners are the people who tell the speakers what they want. So speakers can see a pattern. When they know 20 people have asked them how to solve this problem, they will make sure they write an article, or they'll give us an idea to make a video that, hey, this is what people are saying, can you please help them? That is also one of the reasons, one of the suggestions we notice, or we take under consideration when we do our live, because a lot of people, let's say a lot of people throughout the week ask us what sort of EDM should I use, how do I do this, how do I do that. So we try to solve that through the live, where we can talk to you. Chandan said YouTube Premium is 11.99 in the US. Chandan, where are you right now? Are you in the US? I'm talking about Indian rates. So the family plan for YouTube in India, okay, I don't know about the US. In India, at least, the family plan is for 189 rupees a month. But in that family plan, you can include six people. You can have six different profiles. And if you divide 190 rupees into six, for 6 months, it comes up around 230 or 240 rupees. So if you have six friends who hate ads on YouTube, or want to watch shows, or want to listen to music for free, then I would suggest you try to make that plan work. Put them in a family through the Google settings. You can just Google it. You'll find out how to do it. It's very simple. Can you suggest the best podcast? Dhanraj, the best podcast in the world, okay, and this is not even my opinion, this is proved, he's received a lot of awards for this, is the Joe Rogan podcast, okay? I'll just type it out for you. Joe Rogan podcast. Um, I think it's called something, but he himself is a very famous person, Joe Rogan, and I think if you search on YouTube, you'll be able to see him very clearly. Like, he's very famous. So he is the kind of person that posts podcasts for about 2.5 hours, and he's the only person in the world that gets more views than any other company, any other media company in the world. So if there is a news telecast and someone is like there's some sort of breaking news, they will have about 10 million viewers in that 1 hour or the 2 hours. Joe Million, I'm saying, oh my god, Joe Rogan, sorry, Joe Rogan consistently gets more than 20 or maybe 15 or 20 million views on every video. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-minute video or a 2.5 hour video. People are crazy about the way he talks. He is really cool. I watch a lot. I watch a lot. I look at a lot of his videos. I follow him, and I'm really tired right now. Sorry, guys. I watch a lot of his videos. I follow him, and you guys should check out some of his videos. There's a warning, guys. There's a disclaimer. He uses a little bit of offensive language, so it's not completely family friendly. Okay, so if you're looking for that sort of content where he's really open about it, he abuses a lot. He There are sometimes offensive comments. Again, not that it's his opinion, so you can't really say anything about it. But if you don't want that sort of content, then don't watch it. But it's been like he's received the best podcast of the year for like the last 2 3 years. Jay Shetty is also very good. Yes, Shruti, you're right. Jay Shetty is also very good. But Jay Shetty comes, his genre is a little bit more motivational and self help. So it depends on what sort of content you're looking for. Joe Rogan basically gets the most famous people in the world, and he just talks about their industry, what they've faced, their experiences in life, and he gives his opinion on it. And it's not that he is the only person who's talking. The other guests talk as well, and they have some really great insight. One of my favorite episodes, by the way, is of him with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Um, I'm just gonna type this: Joe Rogan, Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you guys want, you can check it out. I have recommended this particular episode to a couple of people, a couple of learners, because we were talking about the universe and evolution and how planets work. So Neil deGrasse Tyson is a physicist, and he's an astrophysicist, I think. and he's a really great communicator. He's also one of those people who are really good at communicating what they want to say. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, he as a celebrity is family friendly, so you can follow his any of his accounts. But this episode is really interesting because they talk about the universe, they talk about black holes and how they affect the universe and how time works differently everywhere, and how it's really cool. I don't want to give you any spoilers. See if you can find like a 15 or 20-minute highlight video, because if you don't have 2.5 hours, don't invest in it. Okay. But this is one of his, like, in my opinion, one of his best podcasts with a guest. What's the meaning of on top of my game? It just means being the best at something. So Ronaldo and Messi have been at the top of their game, which is football. um, Sachin Tendulkar. Um, why am I so bad at cricket? Sachin Tendulkar is a person who has been at the top of his game. So I think that's pretty straightforward. I grew up watching Disney movies. It is correct way of saying, or should I say, grew up. I grew up watching Disney movies is absolutely correct. I grew up watching Disney movies. Yeah. How to speak professionally while conversation. I'm sorry, I will need some more context to that. Can you be a little bit more specific in terms of what you are looking for, what you want me to solve? How to speak professionally while having a conversation? Um, I'm sorry, I don't understand that question. If you could just clarify it, I would love to answer that question. YouTube student plan starts from 6.99 per month. Indian pricing is so great, love it. Yeah, that's because American companies, like foreign companies, are realizing that Indians are not going to pay for a lot of things, as well as Americans would. So I think they have different strategies in different countries. But I hope you find a way around it in some way. If you could ask one of your Indian friends to make an account and add you into the family plan, I don't think it should be a problem. Unless you have a different version of YouTube on your phone, which is, I think, YouTube Red in the US. So see if you can fix that. See if you can download a APK for YouTube, the Indian version. So you mentioned watching TED Ed, and I don't remember another one on YouTube. TEDx, TED Ed. These are both the channels that you're referring to. Another channel I love watching is the Infographics Show. The Infographics Show. Let me just type it. The Infographics Show. So this is just about, they just talk about random topics, but they give the most, um, they research a lot and they give you the scientific terms and how this works and how a couple of things are done. Again, the topics are absolutely random, so please go through their videos, see something you like, and try watching it. The Infographics Show is a channel on YouTube that I really like. Shruti said Simranjit Singh also has great podcasts which actually help in learning English. Um, if that's your suggestion, then I would ask everyone to sort of research that, because I don't really know about Simranjit Singh. I've never heard that name. I'm sorry. All right, I think we'll take another question and then we'll sort of end it. If anyone has already put in a question and I haven't answered it, or I've asked you to kind of clear it out, please do it now so we can end it. And I don't want to keep any questions unanswered. Dhanraj said, "It blows my mind," meaning, "it blows my mind" is an idiom we use to say that we are surprised or we're shocked. So we can just say, "It blows my mind that this person never improves or they always keep committing crimes." Yeah. Yeah, Flex, you asked me this question earlier. Difference between after having heard and having heard. Again, I don't know the difference of this. I will do the research and I will put it in the comments as soon as possible through the official Clapping account. If I can't answer it, I'll ask some of my teammates. But hopefully, we can get this answer to you as soon as possible. Guys, is there anything else I can help you with? We've been live for 40 minutes now. Wow. All right. Then thank you so much. Share this, like it, tell your friends to come for the next live. Maybe they get a chance to join us on the Zoom call. Obviously, if you haven't subscribed, I think you most of you guys have. We see you regularly. But if you haven't subscribed or if you haven't liked this video, please do it for us, because the more likes and subscriptions we get, the easier it is for us to coordinate with the team and make more content for you guys. Okay, it tells us that it's working. So if we get a video that gets a lot of likes, we know this is working, so we make another video like that. All right, guys. So make sure you like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you soon. I'll try to be on this live as soon as possible, but we have a whole circle of speakers about to come. If you want to request any speakers or anyone from the team, then put it in the comments. Not now, not in the chat, in the comments once this video goes live on YouTube as a separate video, not as a live video. Okay. Thank you so much. It was very nice answering your question. You guys are sweethearts. You guys are always here to support us, and thank you so much. And hopefully, I've helped all of you in some way. All right. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be ending it. Happy weekend. Happy, um, yeah, just happy weekend and have fun. Be safe. Bye bye.